We'll continue with our poem, The Solitary Reaper. So, starting from the third stanza. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far off things and battles long ago. So, earlier too we were able to see that the poet is not able to comprehend or understand what the solitary reaper or the girl in the fields is singing about, because her language is different from that of the poet. So the poet here also is not able to comprehend the meaning of the song or its subject matter, as the girl is probably singing in her native language. So he asks the passers-by or the other travelers there if anyone can throw some light on what she is singing about and what is the subject of the song she is singing. But from the tone of the song, he is able to guess that it is some sad or mournful song. Plaintive number means that it is something sad that she is singing about. Maybe this can be some old unhappy things, unhappy events in her life, some far off battles which she is singing about, some anecdotes, some happenings in her life. So he is just guessing that what she may be singing. So the simple meaning of the lines is that the poet is not able to comprehend or understand the meaning of the song or what the subject matter is that the girl is singing, because maybe she is singing in her native language. So he asks the passers-by or the fellow travelers if any one of them is able to understand what she is singing, and if they can throw some light on what the subject matter of the poem is. Then he just guesses that maybe it is a sad song of some happenings that may have occurred long back, or some past battles, or some events that may have happened in her life. Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again? Then he says that he tries to guess again and again, because he's not able to understand. It is troubling him that what she is singing about. So he again guesses that the song might be about some more unusual happening, that like some very natural sorrow, loss of someone, or pain, death, or some simple domestic day-to-day event which has occurred or may happen again in our lives also. So the poet is trying to guess that the thing or the subject that she is maybe singing is something very familiar to us also, which may happen or may have happened in our lives too. Some natural things, some death of your near ones, a loss, or some pain or some suffering that has been, means that has happened in her life or our lives also, and maybe again, and it may happen again, because it's something very inevitable that happens in all lives, or which is experienced by everyone. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. He says that whatever the meaning or whatever the subject matter of the poem may be, but the impact of the song has a great influence on the poet's mind. He says whatever may be the meaning or the theme of the song, but her song has disturbed his mind, no matter what the theme is. But the maiden girl was singing like there's no stopping, or there is no end to her song or the suffering which she is singing about. The poet has saw her singing at her work while she is bending with her sickle. It's an instrument or something that is used to cut So the poet has seen her singing while she was throughout, means from the time he has been looking at her, she is engrossed in her work and also singing continuously, and she is bent with her sickle, and the flow of her music was so impressive that it seemed that it would never end, or it should never end. Maybe it was never ending, that the poet feels that it should never end because it has such an impact on his mind. So in the last stanza, the Wordsworth talks about the impact of the reaper's song that has upon his mind, or that has left upon his mind. So he says that no matter what the theme may be, but the maiden girl was singing like there is no stopping to her song, and she has bent while bending and doing her job with the sickle. The song is continuous, and the flow of her music was so impressive that it seemed to be never ending. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. So, in the end, the poet says that the poet has listened to the girl's song, stopped on his way, and he has stood still to listen to her song, and her voice has such a charm that he is not able to move from that place. And when the poet was, now he has started moving forward, and when he was climbing up the hill, the song could no longer be heard from there because he has come far off from that place. But the music is still in his mind. He has bore that music in his mind, and the melody of the solitary reaper song in his heart, means it is engrossed in his heart. Such was the impression of the song upon his mind. So, in a way, the poet wants to say that the song, that the music has such power that if you even don't understand the words or the language, you can understand the feeling of the song. And if it's a beautiful song which has intent in it or which has feelings in it, it has a long lasting impact on you, on your mind, and you bear that song inside you, and it has a long lasting impression on you, and it never leaves your mind. Thank you.